5 minutes funnier.
Hi, I'm Jimmy England, and welcome back to another episode of 5 Minutes Funnier, the comedy how-to. And I want to talk to you today about low-hanging fruit jokes. Now, they come in a lot of different varieties. You could be making fun of elected officials. Perhaps there's a neighboring town around you where everybody considers them bumpkins and yokels, and if you just happen to mention that, you're going to get a laugh. For instance, in the city of St. Catharines in Niagara Falls, for whatever reason, if you make a joke about Welland, you will always get a laugh. Now, there's nothing wrong with those jokes, and they can be very useful in certain situations. But when you are writing jokes, you should be aiming higher than the low-hanging fruit jokes. And if you find yourself constantly playing to that kind of a joke, you may have a problem, particularly if you go on the road, because the Welland joke is funny in St. Catharines, and Toronto doesn't have a clue what you're talking about. That's just the way it's going to come off when you go into that situation. Low-hanging jokes are like discount fruit, really. Yeah, you can still eat them, but do you really want to? What you really want to do is be aiming higher. You are not trying to be like all the other comedians on the program. You're trying to stand out from everybody else. It's not just about being funny, it's about standing out. Of course, the exception is if you are part of that group, then yes, you can comment on it. So if you're a homeless person going on stage, of course you can comment on what it's like to be homeless and make fun of it, of your situation as the case may be. But you can't do it if you're not part of the group. That's why Chris Rock can talk about being black, Russell Peters can talk about being Asian, and I can talk about being older. Another area that can be considered low-hanging fruit is sex jokes. Yes, sex jokes will get a laugh, but quite often you get seduced by that laugh because the audience laughs because you introduced a shocking concept or a shocking topic, or you used a dirty word, and that's a pretty small joke at the end of the day. Not to say you can't use sex jokes. You can. I have a few things in my act, but I'm not direct with them. I've tried to come up with a fresh idea about sex and a fresh presentation, as it were. I always love the fact that one of my comic friends once said of me that I'm the only comedian he knows of who can talk about sex and doesn't sound dirty, he sounds cute. That's me taking another approach to the sex joke. And if you can come up with your own approach to the sex joke the same way, then maybe you can make it work. But understand this, I don't use sex jokes all the time. There's certain situations where I won't do them because it's not appropriate from the audience. If you're depending on it too much, your act is going to suffer. Well, I hope you learned something from this, if nothing else, to get out there and write more, keep writing. It's the most important thing you can do, and write better. I'll see you next time for 5 Minutes Funnier, and I am still Jimmy England. Take care, everybody.